I wanted to go through a few examples with you from chapter 11, a little bit more on some simulations. So this is from your textbook, number 19. You are about to take the road test for your driver's license. You hear that only 34% of candidates pass the test the first time. That doesn't sound too promising, but the percentage rises to 72% on subsequent retests. Estimate the average number of tests drivers take in order to get a license. Your simulation should use at least 20 runs. So what you have to decide on this is we're going to do a little bit of labeling of some numbers. So rather than, our component, going through all the different things there, the component would just be one, taking one test. So I'm going to let 0, 0 to 3, 3. Remember, if I'm using 0, 0, then I'm going to drop it down to 3, 3. I think sometimes in your textbook they'll use 0, 1 to 3, 4, but then you have to let 0, 0, and then the other ones represent not passing. So I find it easier to do this. So let 0, 0 to 3, 3 represent pass first test or first time. And that means 3, 4 to 9, 9 means fail first time. Then if we need a second test, I'm going to, so for the second test, or second plus, because it's all the additional tests, 0, 0 to 7, 1 would be pass other test, and 7, 2 to 9, 9 would be fail. So then we have to think, what does a trial look like? Because there's going to be different phases. So we're going to look at a 2-digit number. And if it's 0, 0 to 3, 3, then they pass the first time and we stop. So if 0, 0 to 3, 3, stop, because that means they passed, and we would record that they passed. If 3, 4 to 9, 9, look at next 2 digits. If 0, 0 to 7, 1, stop. If 72 to 99, continue looking at 2 digits until 0, 0 to 3, 3. Oops, that's not right though. That was the first trial. 0, 0 to 7, 1. Okay, so this continues. This could keep going on. So now notice that I've told what the trigger is to stop, because that's really important that I talk about that. So then we're going to go through and take a look at a trial. So let's think, so that's how we would describe one trial. Now what's the response variable that we're looking at? So our response variable tells us the average number of tests drivers take in order to get a license. So number of tests needed. So we're going to record the number it took to pass. And then after we do 20 trials, then we would come up with our average. So I'm going to start on line 8. And remember what we're doing. We're starting, if 0, 0 to 3, 3, we stop, because that was the chance that they would pass the first time. So I get a 72. So that means that she did not pass the first time. So then I have to look at the next one, and I got a 75. Well, that means she didn't fail she failed the second one as well. So then I look at the next one, and I get a 33. So remember, I'm on the subsequent trials. So that means this time I got a 0, 0 to 7, 1. So that means I stop. So the first, she failed, she passed. So it took 3 tests. Then I would go to the next one, 62. Well, I'm looking for a 0, 0 to 33 to pass. So she failed the first time. Then on the second, she gets a 16, which means she passed. So it took 2 times. Next, we get a 0, 7. So that's within that range here. So she passed the first time. So we put a 1 because we stopped there. Next, we get a 23, which means she passed the first time. So we stop there. 0, 3, passed the first time. 57 means she failed the first test because remember we need a 0, 0 to 33. Second test, we're looking for a 0, 0 to 7, 1. Didn't get it, so she didn't pass the second time. Third time she gets a 71, which falls in that one, so that means it took 3 times. I'm going to do 10. I know the directions say 20. Next we have a 90, so she did not pass. 76, which means she did not pass because now we're down here in the 72 to 99 means she failed. Then we have a 55, 0, 0 to 7, 1 means she passed, so that means it took her 3 times. Next is a 71, which is not 0, 0 to 33, so she failed. 66 is within the passing for the second one, so then we have 2 times. Next we have 78, which means she did not pass. 42 means she did pass, so it took 2 times. And I need one more if I'm going to do 10. So 55, she did not pass, but 48, she did. So remember, we had to switch from what our number was that we were looking for. So I think that was 2. So then I'm going to look for the average. So which means I'm looking for X bar. So when I add these up, I get 20. And when I divide by 10, I did 10 trials, I get 2. So then to answer our question, estimate the average number of test drivers take in order to get a license. So on average, according to this simulation of 10 trials, I think it was a she, can expect to need 2 tests to pass. Okay, so again, on average, according to the simulation, mentioning how many trials, so something along those lines. Number 20 still is dealing with the same situation, and we're told that assume your chance of passing the driver's test is 34% the first time and 72% for subsequent retests, but they ask us a different question. Estimate the percentage of those who tested who still do not have a driver's license after 2 attempts. Now, the nice thing about this is I can actually, and this doesn't always happen, but sometimes, depending on how your data was collected the first time, you might be able to answer another question. And on this one, I can. So looking at my 10 trials, if I wanted to know the percentage of people who did not pass after their, within, after 2 attempts, notice that I can look at I only did 10 trials instead of 20, but notice that 3 people out of 10 did not have their license after 2 attempts. So I can just actually use my previous data and say, according to my simulation of 10 trials, let's say 30% of those tested do not have a driver's license after 2 attempts. So on this one, I didn't have to gather data over again. I could just use what I had already done. So this actually is the problem on the handout that I didn't do. So here we are, doing this problem now. So late in a basketball game, the team that is behind often fouls someone in an attempt to get the ball back. Usually the opposing player will get to shoot foul shots 1 and 1, meaning he gets a shot and then a second shot only if he makes the first one. Suppose the opposing player has made 72% of his foul shots this season. Estimate the number of points he will score in a 1 and 1 situation. So let's think about that. Now he goes to the line, makes a shot. So he either misses it and gets 0 points. So there's the possibility that you get 0 points. And if you miss the first shot, you don't get a chance to take the second shot. Or say you get the first shot. Well, that means you made 1 point, and so then you get a second shot. So if you miss the second shot, then you just get that 1 point. But then if you get that shot, so this is if you made the first shot, you get a chance to make a second shot, and the 1 point means you missed the second. But then if you make both shots, then you have a total of 2. So these are your options. You might have 0 points. You might walk away with this with 1 point, or you might walk away with 2 points. So those would be the possibilities. So now we want to see the chances that we get those things. So with a simulation. Again, this is my chance of success. So I'm going, and this time it doesn't change like on the driving test. So that this one won't change. It's going to be 72% each time. So I'm going to let 0, 0 to 7, 1 means makes shot. And 72 to 99 misses. So let's talk about a trial. So we're going to look at a 2-digit number. So if 72 to 99, stop, record 0. If 0, 0 to 7, 1, look at 2 more digits. If 72 to 99, stop and record 1 point. So let's see, that would be if second pair is 0, 0 to 7, 1, stop and record 2 points. So we're only going to use 2 pair of digits no matter what, because there's only the possibility of having 2 shots. So those are our situations. Then what are we looking at? Estimate the number of points. So we've already recorded the points. So then our statistic will be X bar, average number of points. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and look at this. So starting at line 23, a 13 means they made the first shot. I'm going to list, no, that's okay. A 13 makes the first shot, and 34 makes the second shot. So we stop and we record a 2. I'm going to make a little tally mark for the 2. Next, we get a 46. That's within the makes the first shot, and a 32. So makes, oops, my bad. So let's go back to this. We had a 94, which means she misses the first shot. So we stop and record a 0. Then we have 63, which means she makes the first shot, and a 28, which means she makes the second. We stop, record 2 points. 0, 1, she makes it. He makes it. It's a he this time. In class, it was a she. 85 is a miss. So we stop regardless. 1 point. Made the first shot, got to take the second, but missed it. Next we have a 62. So that means he missed the, no, made the first shot. 99, so he missed the second, so 1 point. 35 makes the first shot. 80 misses the second, 1 point. 56 makes the first shot. 30 makes the second shot, 2 points. 37 makes the first shot. 42 makes the second shot, 2 points. 49 makes the first shot. 47 makes the second shot, 2 points. I'm going to do one more. 06 makes the first shot. 77 misses the second, 1 point. So this was what I end up with. And now I'm going to come up with my average number of points. So X bar, so we had a total of 15, and I did 10 trials, so I get 1.5. Hopefully I did this right. So then what I would say, remember we were estimating the number of points, so according to this simulation of 10 trials, he will make, on average, 1.5 points. Now, obviously, he can't get 1.5 points, but that's what we report as our average in a 1 and 1 situation. Okay, so that's the idea you would do on that problem. Number 29, a basketball player, we're really into basketball players on this simulation lessons, with a 65% shooting percentage has just made 6 shots in a row. The announcer says this player is hot tonight, she's in the zone. Assume the player takes about 20 shots per game. Is it unusual for her to make 6 or more shots in a row during a game? So this, we got to think about, is a little different. Now we want to know how likely is it for her to get 6 or more shots in a row? So they have to be in a row. And she makes 20 shots per game. So we still have the component is still making 1 shot. So I need to describe how I'm going to do that. So I'm going to let 0, 0 to 6, 4 represent she makes the shot. And 65 to 99 means misses. And then I have to describe a trial. Well, this one, she actually is going to take 20 shots per game. So I need to look at 20 2-digit numbers. And then what am I looking for? I'm looking to see if she gets the 0, 0 to 64, I need to find 6 of those in a row, 6 or more in a row. So I'm going to record if there are 6 or more in a row of 0, 0 to 64. Okay, that might be not a very correctly grammatical sentence, but you get what I mean, I hope. Now, so looking at 20 digits. So 20-digit pairs, which means I have to look, at, so this would be the end of my first one. So I'm just going to actually do, it's a random digit table and I can do this. I'm just going to do a trial on each row and ignore these last 2 groupings. So looking at, and I'm probably not going to do a lot to finish this problem, but 87 would be a miss. 73 is a miss. 60 is, she makes that one. So she makes a 60. She makes 46. 66 is a miss. So I have to start over. Remember, I'm looking for 6 in a row. 75 is a miss. 14 makes it. 54 makes it. 91 is a miss, so I have to start over. 75 misses, 76 misses, 75 misses. 40 makes it, 78 misses, 84 misses, 92 misses. 56, I'm not going to be able, and 48, 7. Those are, so she makes 3 in a row, but then she misses. So in my first trial, because really all I need to know is makes 6 or more. So we're going to have a yes and a no. So my first trial was a no. So then I would go to the next one. I'm just going to do a second trial. So 76 was a miss, 48 makes it, 88 was a miss, 88 miss, 99 miss, 15 makes it, 86 is a miss. Remember again, I'm looking for 6 in a row. 0, 0 makes it, 73 misses, 70 misses, 13 makes it, 43 makes it, 18 makes it, 40 makes it, 41 makes it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row, 69 misses. So she came close, 20, 21, and then she missed, another no. So you would keep going, and your goal, you're trying to see how many times she gets 6 or more in a row. Then what you would do is you would calculate our proportion. So our statistic, which I'm not going to do with 2 trials. So our statistic would be to take the proportion of yeses. So you would take however many yeses you had over how many you had altogether. And of course, you would report that in using the correct terminology with that idea of it being a simulation. So can't really say after only 2 trials that, wow, there's no way she's going to do that. But if we had repeated a lot of trials, then you can kind of get a little better idea of that. I want to show you with a calculator how I would go about doing this. So if I'm using a calculator, I would let 1 to 65 be that she makes the shot, and 66 to 100 misses, because I don't have the requirement of trying to stick to 2 digits when I'm doing that. So then with my calculator, I just cleared out my, because I'm going to use the list here in just a minute. So what I would do is, let me show you how to get to this. If you go math and then to probability, and then you want to use number 5, which is random integer. So I'm going to choose that. I want numbers that go from 1 to 100, and I want 20 of them. And then you're going to paste. And you get this menu, and I want to store these somewhere, and I'm going to store them in L1. And if you see this STO button, so I'm going to store it, and the shortcut to L1, you're going to go second and then hit the number 1 and then enter. And it will just, and you'll see them here, but sometimes, and you can scroll through them here, that's okay. But if I go to stat edit, you might find it easier to scroll through the list here. So now remember, I'm looking for 6 in a row. So here she misses, so I have to start over. Makes it, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then a miss. Makes it, and then a miss. Makes it, so 1, 2, and then a miss. Misses, makes it, so that's at 2, and then a miss. And then I actually could stop here because there's no way I can get 6 in a row if I had 20 trials. So then if I go back, and all I have to do is hit enter again, and it does it again. So if I go back to stat edit, I have new numbers here now. And I could go through makes it, misses. Makes it, makes it, makes it, makes it. So that's 4 in a row, and then she misses. Makes it, makes it, makes it, makes it, makes it, makes it, finally. So we got one where she made 6 in a row. It's okay for digits to repeat because they don't represent like people or something like that. So it's all right for the digits to repeat. So, so it is possible there. That's using the calculator. So a lot of times I number differently if I'm using the calculator. again, because I don't have that restriction. So hopefully that helps give you some idea of some additional simulation problems, and you are going to have some as an assignment.